Welcome back to the Ripewave audio community, where we explore together all types of home audio systems from hi-fi to home theater. My name is John, and for this part 2 video, we will dig deeper into the Klipsch T5 True wireless earphones. Topics will include getting a proper fit, the battery life, Bluetooth codecs, connecting to other sources, using the new Klipsch Connect mobile app, testing the Bluetooth range, and exploring their ability to serve as a headset for phone calls. If you missed part 1, unboxing and first impressions, or other related Ripewave audio videos, I have provided links and a playlist to those for your convenience. The initial tests confirmed compatibility between the Klipsch T5 True wireless earphones and the Sony UBP X1100ES player. My initial impressions of the earphones was the sound was clear, but left me wishing for stronger bass performance. As the sound was still not satisfactory to me, I decided it was time to try another ear tip size. If there isn't a proper seal, earbuds will not perform at their best. While the supplied manual does not cover how to remove or install, I did find instructions on the Klipsch website that simply advises to pull straight off. They write, if it feels like you're pulling too hard, pull at a slight angle to make it easier to detach. On one of the ear tips, the plastic ring separated from the silicone part. Not a big deal, as I was planning on ordering a new set anyway, so Steve can have a sterile set when I return them. The earphones came with 3 sets of ear tips, small, medium, and large. The large was in place when I started this review. Moving to the medium pair, I instantly felt the difference. More importantly, I could hear the difference. The T5s then came to life with the proper fit. The bass was lively, as expected from Klipsch's reputation of having spirited speakers. At this point, I was relieved, as I did not want to believe Klipsch would produce an earphone without a positive sound signature. With the proper fit, they certainly do. In part 1, I mentioned the case served as a charger, along with charging the batteries of the T5 earphones. The case itself has a battery, one that is much larger. The earpieces have a 55 milliamp hour battery, while the case supplies 360 milliamp hours of power. Klipsch claims 8 hours of battery life on a single charge, and up to 24 additional hours with the charging case. Therefore, if you're traveling and you can recharge the earphones if you cannot find a power outlet. But you won't be able to listen to well as charging, of course. I have not performed an endurance test on these batteries, but if the specifications hold true, then the battery life should be sufficient for most users. Bluetooth technology has evolved since the first consumer device was launched in 1999, a hands-free mobile headset. While the T5 addresses the same application, it uses Bluetooth 5. The main differences between Bluetooth versions are range, speed, battery life, and security. For earphones, speed and battery life are top concerns. To address battery life, the Bluetooth Low Energy, or BLE variant, was established as part of Bluetooth 4.0 standard. While BLE delivered on energy consumption, it was at the cost of speed. Cutting the 2.1 megabit per second data rate of classic Bluetooth more than half to 1 megabit per second, with Bluetooth 5, BLE almost matches classic data rates by supporting 2 megabit per second bursts. What this means to the audio community is the possibility to deliver higher quality signals which require more bandwidth on small devices such as earphones where battery size is constrained. I cannot determine the Bluetooth standard the X1100ES player supports, as Sony does not publish. As Bluetooth is backward compatible in most cases, it is possible that Sony supports a lower version. If so, that would limit the data rate. Compact discs have a bit rate of 1.4 megabits per second, and higher quality formats such as SACD use more bandwidth. While the CD bit rate is within the capability of Bluetooth 5 BLE, lossy codecs are still utilized to conserve bandwidth, as the 2 megabit per second capability is for burst, not sustained playback. The common codecs used today in Bluetooth are subband coding, SBC, which is the default Bluetooth codec, advanced audio coding, AAC, which is the default format of Apple and widely supported, audio processing technology, aptX, which is a Qualcomm technology used in many devices, aptX HD, a Qualcomm high-definition version of aptX, and LDEC, which is a Sony technology used in many devices, and low-latency, high-definition audio codec, LHDC, which is a high-res wireless audio HWA Union and Savitech developed codec. Of these codecs, the T5 and the latest T5-2s support SBC, aptX, and AAC, and the X1100ES player supports AAC and LDEC. As AAC is the only codec these have in common, this explains why they connected using the AAC codec. As such, this will limit playback to 16-bit 44.1 kHz, which is better than the standard SBC, but not at the same levels as codecs promoted as HD. It should be noted that none of these standards equal that of the lossless high-res formats, as they are lossy compression codecs. Given that the T5s are using aptX, even the Bluetooth 4.0 connection with its data rate limit of 1 megabit per second should be sufficient for sustained connectivity. My initial tests with the Sony UHD player for home listening without disturbing others is not the most common application. Similarly, it is possible to connect to computers and televisions. Essentially, most devices with a Bluetooth transmitter with a compatible codec will work. Clearly, connection to mobile phones is the primary target and most common use case. We will cover those connections, but since I don't have an Android phone, I needed to find another compatible device to test out the aptX codecs. While aptX is not supported in iOS devices, the iMac can be configured to support aptX. Pairing with the iMac was easy. While they displayed on the Bluetooth preferences as two separate devices, they behaved as one. To determine the codec in use, I held the Option key down and selected the Bluetooth icon on the toolbar. To my surprise, the aptX codec was already in use, so I did not need to reconfigure. For comparison, I switched over to my everyday conference call headset from Plantronics, the Voyager Focus. As a business headset, I feel the sound quality of those were particularly good. I occasionally have used it for music and felt that they provided an enjoyable experience. In fact, when the T5s were not fitted correctly, I believed the Plantronics to have a better sound. However, with the T5s fitted with the medium ear tips, the T5 blew them away. When an A/B test can make a previously acceptable earphone sound pale, you know they have produced a winner in the sound category. In viewing the codecs in use with the Plantronics, I see they are using the default SBC codecs, which is expected to be the lower sound quality. Now on to testing with my iPhone. Fortunate for me, Klipsch has now a Klipsch Connect app available for both Android and iOS. I installed version 1.2.0. The use of the app forces a product registration. I still had to pair the phone through the Bluetooth settings of my iPhone. However, the Klipsch Connect app gives me more feedback that both the left and right earphones are connected, along with providing battery level status. From the settings, I can name each set of Klipsch earphones, apply 5-band equalization either through a preset or custom adjustment. I find flat to be better than the built-in presets for music, but I use a custom setting for my regular listening. The app also allows for firmware updates, which can take 20 to 25 minutes. And it appears that a minor upgrade is available from 3.9 to 3.9.5, aimed at enhancing EQ frequencies for better bass. I'll have to give that one a try. In case you need support, the app provides the necessary product information such as the UUID and MAC. More importantly, there is a help button which provides the quick start guide, product manual, FAQs, and support contact details. As the manual is rather thin, the FAQs provide many of the missing details also found online. Features I would like to see added to the app include codec status, which codec is being used, a pairing interface so I don't have to go into the iOS settings, the ability to save custom EQ settings, as when I go to one of the defaults, the presets, I lose the custom settings and have to reestablish them. Having an app is a great start. Within my home, I can rest my phone on one end of the house and walk over to the other side, roughly 30 feet, and maintain a clear signal. But that is a clear line of sight. When walls and floors get in the way, the distance is greatly shortened, at least in half in some cases. Moving outdoors, I can achieve up to an approximate 100 feet. If I set my phone on my car roof, I am down to 30 feet outdoors. Typically, we tend to keep our phones within arm's length, so for typical use cases, the range can be fine. Following the instructions in the manual, I am able to answer an incoming call by pressing the right button once. To mute the microphones, 4 in total, I simply press the left button once, and again to unmute. In doing so, I hear a beep in the right ear. What Klipsch should add is a verbal indication of whether or not the mute is turning on or off. If you are like me, it is easy to lose track of the mute button status, which could result in embarrassing moments. To play it safe, it is best to use the mute button on the phone and not the one on the T5s for this control. When it comes to the phone sound quality and usability, I will stick to my Plantronics headset for business calls, as they are superior. I see this function on the T5s as a convenience feature and not as a main selling point. If you're jogging along listening to music and a phone call comes in, simply tap on the right ear to answer the call and twice to disconnect. This saves you from having to reach for your phone. In summary, the T5 true wireless earphones are certainly well crafted. The Zippo style case with its stainless steel-like finish is almost more engaging than the earphones themselves. I like the case as it serves as a charger and extended battery and has an LED indicator for battery status. The buds fit perfectly into the sculpted positions within the case with its magnetic snap, and they are fun to take in and out. The fact that they instantly turn on when you remove them certainly adds to the positive experience. I attribute pairing challenges with the Sony player to the player and not the T5s. The Sony X1100 ES struggles with the pairing and connection process, even with subsequent connections. Adding a second set of earphones to the device list only complicates the connection. But with some fussing, disabling and enabling Bluetooth, removing and adding devices back in, I can eventually get reconnected. Pairing with my phone and iMac are much easier. Windows pairing, while not discussed earlier, was challenging. I strongly recommend that you select the right size ear tips before listening, as you could be severely disappointed if the fit is not right. With a proper fit, not only did the T5 sound as they should, they stayed in my ear without constant fussing. Those improvements aside, I simply do not like the feel of earbuds. Yes, Klipsch has done a good job with material selection, and the tips are soft and more comfortable than the others I have tried. I believe it is just having them in my ears that I find uncomfortable. I have not been able to audition earphones which support the higher resolution codecs, so it is difficult to know how much more the aptX HD, LDEC, or LHDC codecs would improve the experience. Even for the second generation versions of the T5s, including their top-of-the-line T5-2 McLaren Sport Edition at $250, due out on August 10th this year, do not support the HD codecs. At this price point of $150 to $200, I would recommend the Klipsch T5 earphones given the quality of materials and sound and the user experience provided with the charger case. This recommendation is centered on music listening and video watching application, with the source device close by. The experience is best when paired with a mobile device, particularly since you have the Klipsch Connect mobile app. While I can think of several ways the mobile app can be improved, I am willing to give Klipsch, with its focus in speaker technology, more time to evolve their software capabilities. However, it is something they must improve, as they are clearly moving into providing the full experience, not just providing speakers. If you also own a pair of Klipsch T5 True Wireless or similar earphones, I would be interested in hearing your feedback. Please include them in the comments section. Are you satisfied with the audio quality and pairing experience? How about the mobile app? That feedback would be useful to the Ripewave audio community. Furthermore, if you enjoyed this video and are interested in enhancing your audio experience, please like and subscribe to this Ripewave audio community, and be sure to select the bell icon so you will be notified as soon as the next video is posted. Until then, keep evolving your audio experience.